Alright, we have arrived for episode 11 of the challenge series, the final episode before the quarterly championship, the Dream Car Championship, and, oh boy, it's gonna be something. Just gonna... There's not really a whole lot I can say here. The racing just gonna speak for itself, because that's the best way that it can be explained. I can't even begin to put into words. Oh boy. Well, here we are in the first race. This is not Natsuki driving this RX-7. Yeah, I couldn't really explain this super well. Not without looking at the vehicle. This is actually me driving the car. That's why there's been a 71 board hastily slapped over where the 68 would normally be. Gina refuses to do literally anything about this problem. So I have taken things into my own hands. I have asked Natsuki to let me borrow her RX-7, promising to fix the car if I break it, which, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I'm gonna break it, probably on this. Because this is a 640/675 category race, and I have a 730 car. I can't do that here. So, obviously I needed to get into the race somehow. So, here we are. The, borrowed RX-7. And Dad just gave you zero room there. Ever get doored by your own father? This car does not like that crest. Like 11 episodes in, I'm literally the person that runs the series, both, you know, in terms of running it on the YouTube channel and also, like, managing the series and universe. This is the second time I've actually played as me in my series. And the second time of which isn't even my car. It's me borrowing somebody else's. Natsuki is fully aware of what I intend to do, by the way. She didn't care as long as I fixed it. I'm trying to not run other people over here, but sometimes it's kind of difficult. The AI at Trial Mountain are weird. Nozomi, I'm trying to help bratty ass idols. Give me some real estate. Ah, the leaderboard. Catching Tyler. Definitely don't want to run into him of all people. I've already done that once. I've received my expletives for the year. And goodbye. I said, and goodbye. Takedown. Wherever the opportunist sneaks ahead and all this takes place. Oh, that brought the race to a stop. Huh, yeah, Gina. You like your no rules now? How about you follow the yellow flag rules? Okay, I don't know how this has happened. Oh, Jesus! God, even when she's been wrecked, she still goes on a rampage. Just had to take somebody with. I'm surprised she didn't hit Nozomi. Instead, she just clatters into Hanamura. And that's what's really caused the stoppage. Not Chains. I'm surprised that car is still working. Well, the rest of this should hypothetically be smooth sailing. Alice in Chains is a very great distance away from me, and from either of the Mustangs that are in the race, more importantly. Oh my god, cockpit camera. Hear the noisy Dorito. Interesting. Natsuki disabled the upshift tone in her RX-7. It only does a little E when you need to shift. I would know. There's a reason I chose I chose the RX-7 that somebody drives over everything else. Get me one of these. We have lifted the requirement where every driver has to have a unique vehicle now. So hypothetically, if I got my own RX-7, there wouldn't be anything preventing me from running it. The problem is finding one. I'm so busy enjoying the drive here, and Summers is kind of catching me. However, there's only a couple of turns to go. I wonder... I don't really think I would have liked what happened if there were another lap in the race, but this is the last turn. And so, I mean, the W is one thing. I have achieved my main goal, which is to blow up and act like I don't know Allison. Summers and Mulsanne complete the podium. Tyler leading the 640 category, defeating many 675s, although that's probably more a product of the gigantic stack-up that took place because of me maybe kind of sort of destroying Chains. Although, yes, that part's my fault, but Chains reversing straight into Kazuma Hanamura is not my fault. Not directly. I mean, yeah, she would have done that if I didn't spin her out, but she also could have just not have done that if she were a sane person. If only I had taken her car out of commission. That wasn't much of a hit for her, so... Well, it spun her out, lost her a lot of places, and probably pissed her off. Her car still works. Damn it. Suddenly the lights! We were green for the second race of the episode. The 730 category event from Daytona. Not even the first of its kind, for that matter. Oh my word! That's quite a twitch there, Ryan. Oh, worked out, Riker. Is this the Stars and Stripes Invitational? If you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? Well, at least the top 6 kind of looks like it. And then James Stillwell is here in a GTR, his redesigned GTR. Which for some reason I feel obligated to point out every time I look at it, so I don't know why, so don't ask. Oh, goodness. Wolf's already up into 10th place. He seems he's mostly controlled his vehicle now. What? Yeah, Cargosa is just a train engine right now. Oh. It seems that Ryan Wolf has misjudged the brakes. Kim is clearly not. And slides in ahead of Wolf, who gets a nasty snap there. He forces a 3 through what I believe that's called the International Horseshoe. And, well, this is not Ryan. He didn't win. Let's say that. Did not make any passes there. Now he sends it on the outside again. Almost would have been 3 a second time. But, oh, now it is. Wolf was on the grass there trying to stay on the outside of Thomas. And he finally forces his way by them. He's just mindlessly out-drags the R35. Nearly 200 at the entrance to the bus stop. Round the outside, round the outside. Cargosa's still creating a mini pack of 5. Never mind, Jake has escaped. I think Cargosa is probably the only one here who's not able to hit 200 on the main straightaway. Except for maybe Summers, based on the fact that she's this far behind at 15th. There remains a train as well in the further back parts of the grid, or the further back parts, the middle of the running order. Now it's, well, I would say it's the Hoshizara train. No, I think it's actually the Parker train, because Hoshizara just passed him. Never be too sure. Ryan Wolf is very fast. Yeah, he's definitely learned how to quell the demon that is this SLR McLaren, and he's about to run a monster of a lap here in a sec. These are laps that could give a GT3 car a run for its money. 43. I think a stock Group 3 in this game runs 46s on racing hards. And like 44s on soft tires, so yeah. Hansen ups the ante. He runs a 42.4 just to prove my point. Here's my dad's camera. I don't know why, but he uses bumper cam. It seems less like I'm on a first-person view of Wayne Hansen, more like I'm getting a second-person view of Eric Wachowski. Oh, now it's a colliding person view of Eric Wachowski. He just forces his way by the Ferrari. Doesn't really surprise me, if I'm honest. Already there's a wall there. Reen appears to be the only person that even remotely has anything for that SLR, but we're running out of time as this is the last set of corners that they'll have to really do. And Wolf just absolutely nailed them, and Reen kind of took them a little passively, it almost looked. So, heading out of 4, for NASCAR anyway, here comes Ryan Wolf to take the W over all of the American cars in the top 6. The rest of the podium is Dodge, with Reen and Tyler making up 2nd and 3rd. Parker... yeah, it was definitely a Parker train. Look at this mess. The race is over and they're still acting like they're pack racing. Somehow, Kogasa did not end up in dead last. Not sure how not. I guess probably because she started high on the grid and June Summers and Taniguchi really don't have the best top speed either, but I digress. On to round 3. We're here for the 3rd race of the episode. This is gonna be something else. 9 laps of Kyoto Miyabi in 600 cars. This is gonna be pretty much as close as Challenge Series gets to a short track race, because we aren't running the ovals. There are 3 ovals in this game, obviously Daytona, and then Northern Isle and Blue Moon Bay, but we are not interested in doing any of them. Now it's Carson, the POV car, nearly ends up being a POV of the garage area after that snap. Kind of happens when you go through the grass. The AI do not really listen for track limits through that little chicane thingy. Listen to track limits. They don't care. They will take whatever the hell lane they want. Carson is all over this Peugeot. Bit of understeer. That curve is scary. Down the inside. 2 more spots. As it looks like an old day NASCAR restart up ahead. And we got 2x2x2. By 2. Never mind, it's all settled out now. Turn 1 here is so weird and I'm not a fan. All-terrain S2000. Down the inside. Definitely the better turn 1. I was not clear. Oh. And then some argy-bargy from Scott Webber. Puts him back in 4th. That was hardly sporting, if I'm honest. Yeah, turn 4 is definitely the better passing zone on the track. Turn 1 is not great, and the last couple of corners is weird. Big slide, big S2000 moment. Grab some curb. Looks like P2 is, yes, now Alice's. As Hanamura clearly not too shaken by what happened in the Trial Mountain race. He's still driving fine, and he's currently leading, but Alice Carson seems to want to adjust to that. Oh. Around the outside. And it looks like she might actually be about to adjust it, and indeed, maybe not. Hanamura gives her a bump, trying to, like, crossover, but that's not really a crossover area. And so, with 4 laps to go, Alice Carson is now the leader. And it looks like she's about to try and pull away. I mean, obviously that's what you want to do. Still got a lot of crazy pack racing going on in the middle of the field. Honestly, I don't really know why I'm surprised by that. I mean, look at this track. It's just Bristol with, just reverse Bristol with, 2 corners the other way. That was the fastest lap. That was loud. Good lord. Shoji is not fast. Taylor is even less fast. That 500 has not been a terribly effective car. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. It is a Fiat, after all. Oh, my dad has overtaken Scott Webber, as we saw it through Natsuki's rear view. Scott Webber wants to take it back, and he might, I don't know if he'll be able to or not. No, he's nowhere near late enough on the brakes. He did the weird on-off thing, but it's still not enough. As it is the final lap for the race leader. We have a good enough margin, I would say. About 4.5 seconds ahead of Daytona. Yeah, that was last race, Kazuma. You're a little late. VTEC kicked in, yo. Through this corner one more time. Nearly crash. Last corners. And Alice Carson will be grabbing the W here at this very interesting race at Kyoto Miyabi. My dad actually snuck P2 out of that affair. I do not know how that just happened. He started the lap in 4th, but snuck down the inside of Natsuki through 1 as she was trying to lay at apex. Suddenly there's a Firebird there, and she can no longer do that. Just about to tear the rear wing off that Sylvia down the inside, and that is how he did it. he never really saw it coming. So my dad stole second from the jaws of fourth, and Scott Webber was still in that train. And then, like, on the background, you can see the continuous mess going through the last chicane. And with that in mind, on to, well, for lack of better terms, the main attraction of the episode. Race 4. Good lights. I'm gonna be real with you. I know where this one's going now. Hold on to your popcorn, I would say. We're at race 4. It's at Laguna Seca, and I think you can see on the top right of the screen. You might know where this is going already. Yeah, following Trial Mountain, Axel Valentine, who was on site at the race, in the race. I don't remember where he finished, but he was in the race. He came up to me post-race and brought up how he, Nico, and Thrasher had a discussion after they made their own attempts to communicate with Gina about what we're supposed to do with this situation. Not the one on the left, the one on the right. The one on the left is fine. A better camera. I had a better camera, and then I was an idiot. This situation. Gina basically said, yeah, no. They can do whatever they want to as long as they don't kill anybody. Despite the fact that it kind of seems like she wants to do that. If I know anything from my years as an ARC steward, you punish based on... you punish on the intent, not the outcome. Allison hasn't killed anyone yet, but that doesn't mean leave her in the series until the moment that she does. You know, that means penalize her, kick her out, do whatever else, before she even gets the chance. So yeah, I know exactly I know exactly what's going on here. Gina basically spoke the words into existence. Well, I suppose she wouldn't be able to race if her car was totaled, now would she? And Axel Valentine was like, alright, all I needed to hear, got it. It will not be pretty, I'm sure. 'Cause unlike me, where I got her at Trial Mountain, apparently Thrasher took one of his backup cars after Fuji, rammed her in one of the post-race practice sessions. Sort of like an advanced cooldown lap, really. And, neither of those really had the intent of wrecking her out of the series. This one does. Oh! Yep, think that did it, and we might need a red flag for that. Alright, well, we've had the red flag, the first red flag series. And, well, Axel did that. He's currently in the Infield Medical Center because he did just kind of fling himself at a wall at about 80 miles an hour. And his car is totaled anyway, just like Allison's is. Happen with a crash like that sends you both into the wall at well over 60 miles an hour after a like 90 mile an hour collision. So Valentine is hanging out in the medical center. He's watching the race from he didn't actually seem that badly injured. He didn't sound like he was that badly injured either, but you know, it's precautionary measures. You never know what's actually going wrong with your body until it kills you half the time. And so yeah, that's Axel's story, and then we have Allison's story. See a Samuel here? This Thrasher's car blinks out of existence. Yeah. He's in on this too. Mind you, most of what he did is he just called the police. And basically said, hey, someone did my job for me, or at least what used to be my job for me. And, Actually, I don't know. He might have just been kidding, because I don't really think that was needed. There were definitely security guards out, you know, in the garage area and the like. Basically, the point is, whatever the case is, there were a lot of cops following Allison Chains around. I think she was out on parole, so... Because, you know, you got busted out of jail. Tends to be kind of like that, you know? So, she's out on parole, but there are all these probation officers nearby. They were just usually a little more secluded. This time, they were not at all discreet. I saw them pretty much all over the place. Saw a couple of them asking for autographs, too, ironically. One was the Love Life fan. Go figure. So, Nico and Kotori, despite having been out of the idol business for 6 years, had a bit of work. Also Colin Morris, you know, professional rallycross driver, he gets a bit of attention. And so now, we shall continue on with the race as planned, with the safety car restart. Perspective, obviously with no Axel in the race, the perspective is now shifted to Tyler McIntosh in his Super Beast, since he started on pole before, and we just reset the qualifying order, minus the 2 cars that could no longer participate in the race. There are probably a couple people here that were very pleased to see that. Like half a dozen. You know, Nico can now know that Umi's not going to be murdered anytime soon. Akira gets vague revenge for the tampering that happened to his car a few episodes ago. Chains also collected Hanamura in the previous race, so that's a bit of a load off of Mishima's back. You know, his girlfriend. It never took place, but it's been a revealed thing that Allison doesn't like police officers, former or current. So Samuel would have been on her shit list too. Obviously Thrasher is ecstatic. And I'm also pleased. Yeah, still running Natsuki's car. This one she's not aware of, but I also didn't have any intentions of stuffing it into a wall this time, so... Well, I didn't before, but I didn't stuff it into anything. I've already fixed it anyway, so, you know, obviously, if I didn't, then I wouldn't be racing it. Again. Tyler is taking that pole position and running with it. He's got a bit of a lead anyway. It's not a huge one. Like just shy of 3 seconds probably to his name. It's a pretty short race, so some of the 675s may not even have enough time to get ahead of the 640s. Unlike Trial Mountain, where there was plenty of time, but there was also a gigantic traffic jam in the form of Alice in Chains, as Taniguchi chose to force the issue on the 4C driver. But suddenly defensive driving comes into play, and the Super would have to wait. Currently, myself and Riley are not making a whole lot of forward progress. Kingsley isn't either, really. I have been done in. Dakota has been blocked off by an Alfa Romeo. Are we gonna get 2 places in 1 here? No. She might still get the Ford though, and she will. Baby. Yes. Oh, just do it! Oh, hi, Samuel. Oh, goodness. What a mess. What just happened there? We don't even need Allison. Apparently, we've got enough people crashing. Thrasher sends it on Morris and pushes him wide. And then pushes him into Samuel, and he's the one that ends up losing out of it because he's forced off the circuit when he puts Morris through Samuel. Bizarre set of occurrences. Like how that's like an unfortunate series of events with like the off-brand, I guess. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a double podium for the 640 category. Akira just can't seem to find a way to go around this Alfa Romeo to save his life. Seriously? I can't look at this anymore. Give me a migraine. Oh, save it! Man. That's live racing hopping right there. He's a 19-year-old with like 10 years of experience, pretty much. So, not 10, like 7. Still, more years of experience than the average 19-year-old race car driver does. I mean, you might have that amount of experience in karts, but right now, this one is about to be experiencing Victor. As he heads through the last turn, it's pole position! I don't know. Tabor wins at Laguna Seca. And yeah, no, it's a 640 class podium lockout. Akira Taniguchi is punching the air right now because he couldn't find a way around a 4C. You fool! So yeah, that ends that saga. 8-9 episodes worth of Alice in Chains running people off the road. And all it takes is one corkscrew to end them all. Axel's fine, he'll probably be in the next episode. He doesn't seem any worse for wear. Allison is in chains. Did she do that on purpose or something? I don't know. Or did her mom do that on purpose? Well, no, I know. Moving on. Potluck race time. Hopefully with less crashing, that'd be ideal. But I mean, this time the crashing was ideal because it took a psychopath out of a racing series. So, all good things. We're here for the potluck event at long last, and the random selection has done a funny. Suzuka East time, sure, full grid, 4 categories represented. What was that? Let's just do this horse crap, I don't know. Anyway, the POV vehicle is a debuting one. One Kazuya Takahata. A face that Akira Taniguchi may not be the happiest to see. My understanding is correct. Here's another one of Thrasher's guys. And the first one to take advantage of the lift of the regulation that prevents more than one of the same model of car from entering. As you can see, here's an R32, and there's an R32. There's an R32. So, yeah. For the record, yes, race, but debuting drivers are allowed to opt their way into a race if it would be the potluck. Potluck? What? Potluck event. So basically it's like a person says, he makes his way around his slower self. God, the turbo whir. Whoa. Even all-wheel drive cars snap in this game. Or forget that. Screeches ahead of the NSX. Might even get... No, never mind. Nowhere even close to getting that 350. Well, now he is. This is basically just a suspension geometry test, this race. How well can your car take medium speed corners? Okay, Travis, there's no way you struggle on this. Okay, good. Thank God. This is still a 640 car that is well ahead of anything in the... What the collision? What the collision? Darn it. I don't know if that was unprompted or like I haven't really learned much about... Oh. Yeah. Scott kind of started that. I can kind of see why maybe Takahata maybe ran him off a tiny bit. I mean, where he should have been backing out anyway. He was like front tire to rear tire with him. As I was saying, this is a 640 car ahead of many 675s and a couple of 730s still for that matter. Another one eats Kazuya's dust. I like how the 600s are kind of staying with the back half of the 640s. Probably because they're stuck behind Emmy. Safe to say Takahata's got quite a ways to go though, before anywhere near the leader, Jake Scarborough. Who I know from the time spent playing F1 with him, that's tracks. Mind you, we're not doing all of Suzuka, but the point still remains. This is, you know, obviously a part of... Sayori does not have much speed. The way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Scarborough catches and laps Sayori before Takahata ever gets anywhere near catching Jake. I almost said lapping Jake, yeah. You're gonna lap him from second place. What am I talking about? It's as bad as the Pock Lol, or Pock... How did I screw that up? Poklot, that's what I said, the Poklot race. Well, he's certainly there now. And Jake is already feeling the pressure. This is a complete unknown quantity in the series, so it doesn't surprise me Jake's not fully aware of what to do, especially since we know what came of one of the previous times Thrasher introduced a new driver to the series. Not really him, actually, but all of his drivers know them. Node? Come on, Rick. No! Takahata takes the lead, exiting the last turn. However, that's a lot of horsepower in that Mercedes, and Jake will just take that back. Takahata might be forcing the issue, and he goes wide. Four-wheel drive moment. Doesn't lose too much time. Based on his speed, I'm wondering if Jake thinks that the threat is nullified as he's about to catch Sayori ahead. I mean, yeah, not in the mirrors right now, so as far as Jake is aware, that R32 is nowhere nearby. But, he may soon find, if he doesn't get his foot back on the gas, that he's wrong. As now, I think he's just about in the mirrors. Sayori at least ducks out of the way in decent, you know, before it becomes a problem later. More understeer? I guess it wouldn't be an R32 if it didn't do that, huh? More blue flags for Sayori. She's not really able to do anything though. Doesn't really seem like she intended on it either. And the battle has reignited. As we reach lap 10, we've never gotten anywhere near that in any previous race, except for maybe that Alsace test track race. Tries the outside again. This time at least stays on the circuit, but I don't think that he's going to be able to convert anything from that. Not that way. Jake feels the pressure again, but his line makes it so that Takahata can't attack. His line, as derpy as it was, had a purpose. As now all the 730s in the race have found their rightful spot on the track. Oh god, Sayori is creating an absolute mess. Looks like this will be 2 laps to go for our leaders. There is more lap traffic on the horizon. They're gonna hit 2 wide again, exiting 2. Horsepower versus 4-wheel drive. Who's got the advantage? Jake, more pressure over the curb into Kazuya. Kazuya? Bless you. Jake finds more curb, but still too wide. Finally, Jake manages to stave off the R32. They just went too wide through most of the S's while I was too busy making a joke about how badly I pronounced Kazuya just there. R32 sent it, and Jake was not prepared, and that caused him to panic. But that panic also threw the R32 off its line. He pulled ahead there, but as soon as he's able to open up the steering, he got the advantage, coming out of that part of the S's. R32 has just applied himself to the diffuser of that AMG. The diffuser that I'm not even sure if there is one. Superior horsepower moment down the main straightaway. And there's the lapped cars. And they're too wide, so they can hardly do anything to get out of the way. Well, no, they're not. God, they're both just right on that edge. Both of them are pushing like crazy. I'm honestly surprised neither of them have spun trying to maintain this, trying to win this race. And Pablo's mostly out of the way. Takahata sends it into the second to last turn, and around the outside he makes that stick. And I think, yeah, he's going to take the victory off that. The finish line's too close, so in his debut, Takahata takes the victory, taking the lead in the last sector of a 12-lap event. And Heartbreak Jake has to deal with second place, losing to a car in a lower category. Probably no small part from lap traffic played there, but that shall conclude matters here in this episode. Oh my god, and then the next episode, it doesn't slow down from here either, because next episode's 12. It's the quarterly finals thing. It's the Dream Car Championship. There won't even be a potluck in the next episode, because there's going to be a 5-race championship to decide who's the champion of the first quarter of the Challenge Series. It's gonna be something. Wait in the episode, Riker. A bit of gas.